text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Yep.
205-964-5243. Now you know.
All right.
Going on, Flipman's Daily Live, MUKBANG, where we answer questions and eat at the same time. I know that's not good table etiquette, but this is the internet. Anything goes. So, wholesaling houses without using your cash or credit, wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit is the focus here. And remember, we're not on TikTok, are we? Okay. So we still have the contest going on. We'll have another giveaway tomorrow of $1,000 to one individual. All you have to do, if you're already in, you're in. Text the word STEMI to the 205-964-5243, the phone number on the board behind me. If you're trying to get multiple entries, all you have to do is send me a screenshot that you signed up for Deal Later, aka PropStream, that's who is sponsored by PropStream. This 5K that we split into 5 different winners. So send me a screenshot that you signed up through Deal Later with the 5-day free trial, and we'll give you 4 additional entries to win, like last week's winner, Ashley, I think it was her name. Mm-hmm. And so, make sure that if you want to access the playlist of all of my videos placed in order based on the topic, go to flippenar.com. That's flippenar.com. That's the word flipping, remove the G, add an AR, flippenar.com. Comps101.com is where you can submit your properties if you need those comped. Soon coming, I'm going to add a link to the site to a playlist of all the Comps 101 episodes. There are 29 as of to date. We may start doing some more here coming up very, very, very soon. So you can access all of those to help you with understanding how to comp your properties. Now, if you text ARV, which the comp we're using comps is to determine the ARV. If you text ARV to the number, will automatically send you all of those episodes of Comps 101. So text ARV, not AVR, ARV. What it means is after repair value. What will the house appraise for an extra condition? Fixed up, repaired, renovated. What will it appraise for? So text ARV if you want to access all of those episodes in one place. All right. You want a copy of the contract. Oh, the name of this episode, this particular daily is buying houses with no banks. All right. So what am I trying to say? Oh, if you want a free copy of the contract, just text the word contract. You want to partner with me on deals, text 5050. If you want, I guess I'll just turn around and look. If you are trying to build a cash buyers list before you get started, or if you have a deal on the contract, text the word cash. Closing details sheet. If you have a buyer on the contract, have a seller on the contract, and you need the document to explain to the title company or the closing attorney who's the seller, who's the buyer, who's paying what, who's receiving what, namely your assignment fee, who's paying closing costs, text the word close to that number. Trying to learn how to generate more leads through text messaging. You want to do it the proper way, text the word text. If you're out driving for dollars, you need to know who owns that vacant house. Text the word vacant. Trying to join my Facebook group, work with others all over the country that are like-minded, like yourself. Text the word probate leads. If you're trying to build a list of probate leads, text the word probate. And if you're trying to access my deal calculator, which you always should use because it's free, number one, If you're trying to see if you actually have a deal or not, text these two letters, DC, short for deal calculator, DC, to the phone number 205-964-5243. Again, if you're trying to enter the contest, STEMMY is the word, STIMMY, if you're not already in, for the $1,000 that we'll give away tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go. While she's getting TikTok online, again, this is our weekly mukbang. What time is it? 2 o'clock?
12.
2:12. We're a little behind where we normally be, but it'll be okay. You know? So, but yes, you can buy houses with no banks, right? And of course, wholesaling is a form of no money down real estate investing where you can generate leads. Make money in real estate, and your cash or credit situation doesn't matter. Now, actually buying an actual house for either to live in or as some way to generate cash flow as a potential rental prospect, that's an option also. And so basically what's happening is that the owner has decided to act as the bank, meaning that you're going to pay them directly and you won't need a lender in place. So, for instance, a lot of tired landlords, they love cash flow, but they're tired of dealing with the landlord part of it. People not paying them, having to repair the property over and over again, evictions, and so on. But they would still love to receive payments, cash flow from the property. But if they could remove the landlord part of it, for you as an investor, for you as someone you want a house to maybe live in or whatever, that may be an opportunity for you to reach out to someone that's trying to rent a property to see if they would do it on terms. And obviously you explain, hey, I'm just paying you. You won't have to do any repairs or anything. I understand you're acting as the bank, just like when you have a mortgage with Wells Fargo or Bank of America or whoever. Whenever your roof starts to leak, you don't call them, you call a roofer. When your plumbing is stopped up, you don't call Bank of America or Wells Fargo, you call a plumber. Same thing with if a owner finances the property to you and they're acting as the bank. So that takes the landlord out of it. Now, if you don't pay them, they still have foreclosure on them because the property would have been deeded in your name, as far as what I'm explaining right now. Subject to is a form of owner financing, right? Where you can buy a house without a bank. Lease options are a form of owner financing, where you can acquire a property without a bank. So yes, it can be done. More to it than this, but boom. Question, ready.
All right, everyone just saying good afternoon. Someone asked, someone said that they text you, but they still don't have a response yet.
Asking using T-Mobile, or you make sure you're texting the right number.
All right, the first question is on Instagram. Real quick question: has anyone signed a contract that was over 18 for a 16-year-old without an LLC?
Okay. I guess they've actually asked how old you need to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm pretty sure 16 is not old enough in any state. 18 may be old enough. Normally it's 19, 20, I think, just depending on the state. But what can happen? You educate yourself, as you're trying to do right now. You be the brains behind the operation, and you just partner with someone of age, a family member, a friend, or whoever that is of legal age to sign agreements. That's my recommendation.
All right, if they want to go live with you, where do they need to go?
You know what to tell them.
Text Gator to the number 205-964-5243. All right, y'all.
And hopefully Jessica would be checking it.
I do be checking it. They don't be sending the. And when I do send it to them, sometimes they don't add it. I think the getting on camera part, they don't be ready for that part.
Understand now, you have to have your camera on and your mic activated. You ain't doing us no good. You don't want us to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all looking at me.
All right, so we just got a bunch of people on YouTube and Facebook saying hello, peace. This one came from Born Power. They said, have you or any of your students wholesaled off the MLS?
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, some people, that's all they do.
All right, people just saying salute to you.
It's generally harder, especially for newbies, but yeah, it can be done.
All right, Eric Carney said what it do, philanthropist and the ladies of flipness. We got people just saying, what's up, Ty? It's James from Grenada. North Carolina in the house. People saying good evening. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down. All right, this one says, this is from Lafayette Keys from YouTube. He said, is it okay to write out your own closing instructions instead of typing? Don't chew it in the mic. Get in trouble.
Of course you can do that, but why would you do it?
Yeah.
Why would you send something over handwritten like that? That's not professional, man.
They probably don't have no computer, but
Now, you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not professional. You want to be taken seriously. There's a proper way of doing some things. Some things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eric Carney said, can't wait.
I was not born knowing how to use a computer. I don't know anyone that was. Or is. Or what? Whatever I was saying.
Yeah. Well, y'all, they might not have access to it. So
Come on now. Library.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You go to your library, borrow somebody else's.
Yeah.
Y'all so mean.
I ain't coming from a mean place.
I know, I'm just playing with you.
So we all know somebody. Just like saying, I don't have a car.
Yeah.
I know somebody with one. Just let me use yours.
Yeah.
Look at her. See what that nigga.
You trapped my damn card. Eric Carney said, can't wait to get my mukbang on with the first check. Oh, he want to do a mukbang when he come on. All right. Laura Hudson asked, what you eating today? Okay, you want me to tell him? He's got a Greek salad, no feta, Greek dressing, of course, with tilapia on the side. And then he also has if you're familiar with, you want me to say the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're familiar with First Watch, he's got a triathlete omelet and look like some whole grain toast and some
Say where I got the salad
potatoes on the side.
Getting them from free.
Oh, we got the salad from Taziki's. All right, Jennifer Lee said, hey Flip, are short sales worth the hassle as a new investor?
I'm going to always side on doing something, but to answer your question from my perspective, short sales will frustrate you right out of the business.
Mm-mm.
Most of the time.
All right, this is on Instagram. If we want to be personally mentored by you, can we?
Yes, that's an option. Just text me on the number. It is a paid option, but yeah, it is an option.
Let's see. Let me go back up. This one's from Jennifer Lee. I just read that one. Sorry. This one's from Martin Rodney from Facebook. He said, any recommendations for asset-based lending? Asset-based lenders.
Yeah, just text me. I'll send you over.
All right. True Almighty said, what should I have when cold calling?
I'm just doing yes and no, baby.
About it. What do you need to have when you cold call?
A list first, then phone numbers. I'm assuming they mean mass cold calling.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to have those things in place first, and then a script, which you can text the word script to the phone number up here, and the hustle and the nerve and being persistent is rough.
They're gonna definitely cuss you out.
The paydays are worth it, but it's rough
Um,
for most.
yeah. Lafayette Keys asks, does Dealulator replace putting out signs?
No, it's just another form of lead generation. You want to work up to as many forms of lead generation as possible.
All right, this is on Instagram. Flip, should I be worried about wholesaling dying method? I want to get started, but keep hearing that regulations are cracking down on it.
What people be hearing that from?
Say it again.
They said, Flip, should I be worried about wholesaling? Is a method dying? Is that method dying? I want to get started, but keep hearing regulations are getting cracked down on it.
I can't predict the future. We'll see. If something happens, it's still going to be an option. Just do it. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? That may be a year from now, maybe 10 years from now, but in that time frame, you could be making money. So don't.
All right, Sean Woods from YouTube said, what's going on, Flipman and ladies? I recently tried to join your Facebook group, but haven't gotten any response back. It's been 4 days. What should they do?
Well, my man Tori, normally the way he filters it out, if you hadn't been on Facebook 2 years, he's normally not going to approve you. So if anyone doesn't get approved, just reach out to me. Let me know when you post it, and I'll go in and approve you. Whatever.
Okay. They did send you a text too. I saw it in the thing. All right. Donald R. Reisner said, what do you say when you call the seller and they are asking you for proof of funds or proof that you are legit about buying houses?
Well, if someone comes at me like that over the years when it's happened, I can't recall any of those being deals, right? I can understand people, all kinds of scams out there, whatever, and they want to know that information. They ask you, who are you? Say, I'm just a regular guy that's trying to feed my family, and real estate investing is one of the ways I do it. That's simple. You ain't got to have no business name or nothing. And if someone can't respect that, probably not going to be motivated to sell anyway. They start asking for proof of funds. It is so rare that you're dealing with a motivated seller. When I say a motivated seller, someone is going to actually sell you a property cheap enough that's going to make sense for you as a wholesaler, right? So if you still want to go down that road, then you're going to provide proof of funds. So that's it. There's services out there. I'm affiliated with one. Just go to realpof.com or just text me on the number. I'll gladly send you the link. I don't advise going down that road, but normally that's how you have to handle that. It's just going to be so rare when people acting like that's going to be a deal anyway. So, but that's how I would respond.
All right. Let's see.
How did I do this before this wasn't in the way? What was I doing? This is okay. I had it over here on the.
All right. Leroy Strothman said, what are your thoughts on wholesaling on the outskirts of a major city like Atlanta?
Well, okay, most cities are built like this. You have the city of Atlanta, the actual city limits, right? But you have so many other municipalities that make up Metro Atlanta. So you could drive probably 30 minutes in any direction and still be considered Metro Atlanta, right? And so, yeah, it's still within, still considered, if you live in Douglasville, I know a little about it, but I know that. And you fly to LA, you're not gonna say, I'm from Douglasville, Georgia. You go somewhere from Atlanta. Hopefully that explains to you what I mean.
All right. How long should you take to do the first deal? That came from Panamanian J on YouTube.
Well, there's so many factors that go into that. What are you doing to generate leads on a daily basis? It just starts there, right? So now it's going to depend on your market, what part of your market you're targeting, what form of marketing. It's going to vary, man. There's no way. That's like when somebody says, you're going to guarantee I'm going to do a deal? How can I do that? Huh? The information is on the tool. Go back to the paint in the bucket. I mean, the brush and the paint of bucket. The brush and the bucket of paint. That wall ain't going to paint itself. You got the tool sitting right there. But it's not going to, we hadn't advanced that for yet. When you can go to Home Depot and Lowe's, buy the robotic paintbrush, and the paint will actually jump up on the wall for you. All the paintbrush got to do is spread it around. The tool, it ain't gonna paint itself. Same thing with this information. It is not gonna do it. It's just a tool. My time, my information I put out, and others, whoever, you just got to do it. So you have people that, like myself, I consider myself a bad example. I basically did a deal from the point I actually did something. I picked up a check within 30 days. That's not normal for a lot of people. But it happens. Some people have done deals quicker than that. But that shouldn't be your expectation. If someone told me, I just need to know it's possible. All right. And so it may take you 30 days. It may take you 3 months. It may take you a year. I don't know, because it's so much depending on how often you're dealing, how often you're, what's the word? How good at your generating daily leads, just a numbers game. You'll make a mistake and fall into a deal if you're doing the right things. So even if you have no clue what you're doing, as long as you understand, I need to be talking to a lot of people that own real estate on a daily basis, hopefully off market.
All right. Speaking of leads, what are your best sources for leads? That's on Instagram.
Facebook ads, text messaging. This reminds me about the text messaging. Right now. So. Bad sound. I'm sorry, bad sound.
Andrew the Sage is telling everybody to click the thumbs up if you're watching. If you watching and love the Flip Man, click the thumbs up. Let's see. True Almighty said, have y'all heard of Land Glide?
Land Glide, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a video on that. It's about 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leroy Stroksman said, what are your top 3 marketing strategies as of right now?
We just
said that. Okay. This one says, question, I know that your max year difference to comp a house is 5 years apart. What if you found a comp that is a 35-year difference, but it's the same bed, bathroom, and square footage, and a new remodel in the same neighborhood?
Nearest and best.
Yeah. How many times have you been threatened to be sued during your real estate career?
One time a woman did actually go file the paperwork. She didn't show up in court because she was it was the lease option, and she was just trying to buy time to stay there for free. I think 3.
Let's see. All right, this one's from Martin Rodney on Facebook. They said, have you ever purchased a foreclosed property from either a tax loan or a tax deed state? If so, is it a difficult process?
I haven't.
All right, True Almighty said, as far as like the property cold calling. Okay, Plug Me Radio said, in cold calls, I got cursed out. I actually laughed. It was hilarious.
Well, right attitude. I might have been crying like a baby.
Let's see. This one's from Hani Fonte 84. He said, do you think bandit signs are effective in a city like Houston, Texas?
If you can put them up, yeah.
Okay.
But they'll stay up in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I need a little heat. What is this? Oh, this,
What is that?
Fruit. Oh my God. You want this?
What's that?
It's fruit.
I just want a couple grapes out of it. Yeah, I don't like all this.
Could you put a little microwavability on some of this for me?
All right, this is on Instagram. Do you teach creative financing?
This too. Of course, the aluminum foil. Yeah, you could just put the fish in there. Yeah. Well, I have a couple of videos on it. I really can kick myself over the years, the opportunities that have presented themselves. I just actually, they hadn't even responded back, so I'm gonna have to just hit tonight, man. But I just did a warm offer, I guess you would say, on a commercial property for some owner financing through the broker. So I'm focusing on that more so than commercial. I'm sorry, than
Is it on?
it's
No.
on, but it needs to be just go up. The power needs to go up to 100%. There you go. All right, so really no to answer the question. So I'm residential.
All right, have you ever done any deals in Dallas? If so, what locations are you targeting?
I haven't, but we would love to. We would love to. What did Mr. say to Chug when she was leaving?
You in this color purple.
Are you big? Are you gonna be big in Chicago, Chug?
I can't even remember that part.
I think that's when the first time she had came and left, and she was getting on the train, and see me painted. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "The hell, like, God, I got to go back to this." Anyway, so yeah, you don't remember that part? Like when Suge was leaving, she said, she was leaving the first time she came, and then she was on the train, and she was leaving, getting on the train to leave. And he was waiting. He was waiting. The train was like, "You gonna be big in Chicago?" Shit, I think he said Chicago, St. Louis, somewhere, or whatever. Ceiling fell out. Understatement.
Yeah.
All right, this is
So it don't take long, Sana. It don't take long. Huh? No, it's already warm. It's already warm. No, run. No.
it's burning.
No. Yeah.
All right. How many apartments have you flipped?
I don't know how to think about it. I've been doing those a good little while. And the first one I ever did was by accident. Wasn't even looking for it.
All right. This is on TikTok. What's the difference? I think they're new to the channel. They said, what's the difference between wholesaling real estate and real estate? I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah. What's the difference in what?
What's the difference between wholesaling real estate and I might have to rephrase this, but what's the difference between wholesaling real estate and real estate?
I guess they mean being an agent. An agent requires a license because they are represent a seller to sell their house, or they represent a buyer to buy a house. They don't enter into an actual purchase and sales agreement. You as a wholesaler, you enter into an actual purchase and sales agreement, which makes you a principal interest within that transaction. That's a difference. So if you're just representing someone, all states require a license. If you're just representing a seller or buyer, they require you to have a license. If you're actually trying to just buy a piece of real estate or sell a piece of real estate, you within that transaction itself, there's no license required. And so that's why wholesaling, it can be done. That's the difference. They sound like they're the same thing, but that's the difference, the paperwork. I guess the best way to explain it.
Okay, how can you
It was when they get tossed, wasn't
the eggs?
it? What?
All right, how can you make an offer for a property?
I can make an offer?
How can you make an offer? I'm guessing, like, how do they know if this is the right offer to make? Is what I'm.
That's where my deal calculator comes in at. If you text DC, the letter D as in deal, the letter C is in calculator. That's where that'll help you. You should never, especially you're starting out, even think about agreeing to an agreement until you run the numbers. Now, if you're not understanding, now you're going to need to know the ARV. So that starts with understanding how to comp a property. So if you text ARV to the phone number 205-964-5243, we show you how to comp a property, because that's so important, and whether you know if you have a deal or not.
All right, this is on TikTok. If I'm in college, should I rent a 4-bedroom house and then rent those rooms to other people to help pay rent while I'm in college?
Yeah, if you could sublease like that, yeah.
All right, this is back on Instagram. Any other resources, suggestions for skip tracing? I live in South Carolina where it's hard to access public records.
South Carolina is a non-disclosure state. Well, to answer your question, if you sign up for Dealator, aka PropStream, you can access all of that information.
All right. Plug Me Radio said that they're going to join your Facebook group today, so approve it whenever you get a chance.
You gotta send me over what your name is. You gotta text me over your name. So that Plug Me in Radio is not going to fly on Facebook, I know. So you don't have to text me over.
All right. Why So from YouTube said I subscribed to your skip trace and text blast. For some odd reason, I'm having difficulty starting a campaign with batch leads. How did you do it?
So I'm assuming you watched my video Text to Flip to show you how to do it. So if you're still having trouble, so now you need to reach out to support to let them know if you have any issues. If that doesn't work, just reach out to me and I'll try to get someone to help you.
All right. Jalissa Ferguson from Facebook said, hey, so I've been paying for PropStream for 6 months now, and I still haven't taken action. And it's only because I'm afraid I cannot articulate my words good enough to make the seller want to close with me. Am I tripping? Sis, yes, you are. You articulated this wonderfully.
Yeah.
Should I just get out there and make mistakes as I go? Yes.
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 A big Y. Yes.
Okay. James Wilkerson.
Let me elaborate on that. Most of these people you're talking to, if you educate yourself through my channel, nobody else, you're going to know more about real estate than they do. Now, it doesn't make you better than them. On that particular topic of real estate, you know more than they will in most cases, right? That's your confidence right there. But you need to educate yourself first on it. But you're going to know more than them about it in most cases.
All right. Tracy Ford Howell from Facebook said, hi there. James Wilkerson from YouTube said, Ty, I have an elderly man trying to sell a house. I'm not sure how cognitively sound he is. Am I held liable if he signs my contract?
What's wrong with it?
So that he's an older man, and he's saying he don't know how sound mind he is. Is he gonna be held liable if he signs his contract?
Does he have a power of attorney, somebody over him?
Right.
If not, I'm like, you know what you can do about that? You may be assuming. It's just a lot of weird people.
Mhm.
He may be the most brilliant person you ever encountered. He just may be just a little different than what you're used to. You have to sort of explain what you're talking about. You know, just you'll be some weird people, period. But in this, really.
Well, y'all know how it is with old folks. You know what I'm saying? You know,
What if, like,
sometimes
he
when
have
you be,
Alzheimer's?
yeah, you know, sometimes when you be up in age, your mind be gone.
But
Like,
that's,
yeah, what if, like, what
that's
if he
possible. But again, I don't know. How do you determine that? If he's saying if he's saying Ronald Reagan
Ooh.
is still president, okay, we got an issue. You got to give me some more concrete.
But I'm saying, like, okay, so say if he signed the contract and went through and
I'm not even going to want to deal with him.
I'm talking, what if you didn't know, like, he seemed okay, and then you don't remember nothing about going to the title company, signing it over, and then.
Well, they said he has no power of attorney. And he's actually very intelligent, but he forgets a lot. They put that part in all caps. I bet his ass won't forget when he signed that paper. Hold that paper up.
But
Okay.
Alzheimer's,
Hold that paper up.
Like he forgets you even met you. The fine forgets.
Right. Oh, like does he remember you? Jack, cause I ain't got time.
like, I know something.
I'm saying you got to sort of get a little
It
more
might be
specific.
easier deals out there. They just laughing and oh. Somebody said they would pursue it and video everything. Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
There's smart people out here, I'm telling you.
That's it. Okay, so I think somebody asked us already. How many apartments have you flipped?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one says, where can I get bandit signs for the low? Dirtcheapsigns.com. And if you use Ty's name, they'll give you a
Then you can
discount.
call them.
Yeah.
They ain't putting up one speck of cheese in this old building.
They did.
Ooh.
And I told the girl, like she put in there specifically cheddar or something.
Don't know.
All right, this is on Instagram. How long after the first completed deal would it take to
I
make?
know we can't be the only person on it. She be messing up.
It can't be.
She's nice and sweet as she can be.
I don't know who y'all talking about.
But everybody ain't as I went on 80 anyway, no problem. Everybody ain't like that. Hit it right back up there. The MUKBANG wouldn't have happened today.
Damn, it's an omelet. So it's like I checked to make sure we had everything, but I can't open it.
All right, this is on Instagram. How long after the first completed deal would it take to make the second deal and thereafter?
Some people have them lined up back to back. Might be the next day. Already have it lined up. For me, it took 3 months, but I wasn't doing that. The drive made me do it. I was so happy. And the young lady I was dating at the time, she just said, "Boy, that was really good one." But because I don't know as much as you know, but don't you think it's time to do another? I said, "You know what is right." Oh yeah.
All right, how long? This is also on Instagram. How long? Not how long. How can someone partner with you if I can't find the owner of the house? So I guess he wants to know, how can he partner with somebody to help him find the owner of the house if he can't find it?
What have you done to try to find them? Let's try to identify that. That was really good.
Okay, Sean Holloway said, would you hire me to post daily to your Facebook page or other accounts? $300 a month.
That's what's up. It's not Jesse.
Hell no.
I ain't trying to take Jesse's job.
Don't be over here offering less than what I get paid. No. He doesn't need it.
Just ain't doing no posting on Facebook.
Oh, I know. I don't do it on Facebook. That's because you don't tell me to.
Is that it?
You ain't never told me to post on Facebook.
I haven't. I don't mess with it.
Now, see, don't get on here and lie. Well, he might need you to do Facebook then, Sean. Okay, that's the
Ooh,
same
that's
question.
good, huh?
Al Wimberly said, when getting a property,
Oh, I ain't.
Al Wimberly said, when getting a property under contract and closing the deal, is it best?
Ooh, this fruit good.
Is it best to put it under the business? I guess under your business name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you've already got that. Let's see. This one's from Black Forbes. They said, when looking for a cash buyer and the date of closing on the contract is past, do you have to make a new contract with the seller?
You could just edit and you all initial different dates, a price or whatever, or you can do a different contract. Both work.
What? What is it? What? Not reading on YouTube. That's because they don't be knowing when each one of us is taking turns. Yeah, y'all will be all right. Let's see.
You want to do great for real?
Video, everything. Okay, about the old guy, they said that he remembers me, calls me 3 times a day. He forgets he just called 3 hours ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, this one said, what do you think about tax liens?
They could be opportunities in a number of different ways. I don't really have an interest in acquiring properties that way, but they could be a source of potential motivated sellers because they haven't paid the taxes.
All right. This one's from AR. They said, sorry, I didn't hear your response on comping properties with a 35-year difference built.
Nearest and best.
Yeah.
If that's the only option, nearest and best.
Okay, this one says, hi, everyone. I'm a licensed realtor in Michigan who wants to do wholesaling as well. I have a CRM and a buyer's list. I'm lost on where to start. What should she do?
Oh, yeah, make it out. You already in the game.
Let's see. Kedrick Easter said, what's the best method to find hot zip codes in your respective city in order to be efficient when driving for dollars?
Generally, you're looking for where the most sales have occurred if you're going to base it on zip codes. So now you're just going to have to just research sales data. You can use Zillow.com to do that. Just use the filters to identify houses, zip code, and maybe like a range as far as date through the more option, 90 days, 1 month, maybe 6 months. Then you're going to build an Excel spreadsheet, and then you'll see which ones have produced the most sales.
All right, this is on Instagram. How do I get my campaign started on batch leads? I got everything else, but when I get there, the site starts tweaking.
They start what?
Tweaking.
Squeaking.
Tweaking.
Oh, yeah, you'll just reach out to support.
Squeaking.
If you, oh, wow.
That was funny. But what was the answer?
Yeah, you just reach out to support. If you don't speak to anyone, just reach out to me and I'll make sure someone helps you.
All right, if the city owns the property, can you still wholesale it?
Well, normally that's I guess in most cases, that's a form of a foreclosure. And you would have to find out their buying process from them. In most cases, those are going to be more difficult to wholesale because they're going to control too much of the sale process for you to wholesale it.
All right. What do you suggest when a seller keeps saying they have to get their lawyers to look over the contract? I have followed up a couple times out of the week for the past 2 weeks. The seller understands English, but is not a native speaker of it.
That's fine. You're just gonna have to be patient until the what do you call it? The attorney reviews the agreement. As you know, it's just going to be just continue to follow up. What language do they speak? Oh, we got an interpreter right here.
Can speak all kind of languages.
7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Fluently, just like she's talking now.
Yeah. Very smart.
Oh my God, man, you get somebody to help you with that. Just get somebody that you know.
Spanish.
Yeah, just get someone that you know that speaks Spanish or whatever, and get them. You know that a lot of times that breaks the ice, makes them more comfortable, and so on. Yeah.
She can help you with that.
Oh no.
This was from Julie S on YouTube. She said, when starting out with little money, is PropStream a good platform to start? Also, what about skip tracing and SMS software that's decent, not too expensive?
If you yes on the first part with PropStream, you can access through dealyourlater.com with the 5-day free trial. Also, that'll give you. Yeah, I can't say that. But yeah, so just text me and I'll send you some information on the text messaging. If you just text the word text to the number TEXT to 205-964-5243, send you over instructions on how to set up a text messaging campaign. But my teleprompter went out.
Oh, really? You don't be charging the iPad. Is that it?
No, it went out like the no, you got to do more than that. You yeah, just grab it. You just have to open it back up. Yeah, just grab it.
Okay.
A teleprompter.
We got that much.
Show what it do, Jess.
All right. James Edward Wilkerson Jr. He said, I'm finna get this cheese from this very cognitive individual. It's on like a chicken bone. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Let us know how that works out with the old
Hit the
guy.
next blue button. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hit the mic off.
Mute and
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. That's right. Well, y'all ain't reply when I said.
What was his answer? What was his question?
He said he was talking about the old guy. He said he's about to get the cheese from a very cognitive individual. It's on like a chicken bone.
All right.
Yeah, let us know how that works out. Let's see. Keith Jackson said he just got a $23K deal on a tax lien. Al Wimberly said, what is the average range of ARV should an investor go after? For example, if an ARV is 400K or 1 million. I mean, it's up to you.
It doesn't matter.
What kind of deals you're trying to make?
If it's a 400K ARV, hopefully you can get the property on the contract for 200 or less. You know, depending on the repairs, obviously, but yeah, it's relative.
Kevin Walters said, I can't get past my analysis paralysis. How do I get out of this cycle?
That deals with motivation. Whatever gets you to actually do something. I don't know. I don't know what I can do that. That means you're comfortable, and we all are victims of that to a certain degree, depending on what it is. Some things will move us faster than others. You know, obviously this is not that important to you. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, am I going?
Yeah, you gotta know what your why is.
Yeah, you know, just
Move on.
All right. This is on Instagram. What do you say to a seller who asks for proof of funds? You already covered it earlier, but they're just joining.
Okay. If they ask for it, in most cases, if a seller is asking you, an actual person that owns the property, not a wholesaler, not a real estate agent. Now, some investors, if they own properties or whatever, they may ask for it because that's just standard practice for them. But if just a regular blow Joe asks for that, in most cases, you don't have a deal. But if they do, and you want to go down that rabbit hole, then you're gonna have to dollar up on a service to provide it. I'm affiliated with one of them. If you text me about proof of funds, I'll send you a link to get proof of funds. It's a paid option, but you know there's services out there that offer it. But in most cases, you probably don't. I'll be shocked if it's an actual deal. And I'm speaking of deals. If you want to use my free deal calculator, text to 2 letters DC. D for deal, C for calculator. And if you need, you want to access my Comps 101 show with Jamil, we got 29 episodes, and we're going to start to add more here coming soon. You want to access those, just text the letters ARB. A as in apple, I'm sorry, A as in after, R as in repair, B as in value, ARB. To the number 205-964-5243. How long we been rolling?
All right. This is also on Instagram. Can you go to the city hall for properties if PropStream doesn't have the information?
What information? Whatever.
Maybe the address is not popping up, and it's maybe a drop for dollars.
Oh, okay. So that means you haven't identified the actual address. If the address is not pulling up in PropStream, then they're not going to be able to help you at the courthouse unless you may have the address next door, across the street, or whatever. And they may can figure it out at that point. And normally you haven't written down the right address. That's what it is. Or the county has a different address than what the mailing address shows, and that sometimes happens. Whatever. So.
All right.
But that's why if you had the PropStream app, aka dealyoulater.com. Then if you're sitting right in front of the house and you use the geo locator, it'll tell you what the address is or how it appears in the system.
All right. This person on TikTok, I think they're just making a statement. They said, I'm in Texas. I've been researching this, but I need my foot in the door.
Well, you're getting your foot in the door by educating yourself, but you're still going to have to take action. Right? You're actually going to have to do something. The education is worthless if you don't use it. But the business boils down to generating leads to find great deals. What are you doing? All you have to do is ask yourself, what am I doing on a daily basis to find great deals? What am I doing to generate daily leads? Once you answer that question, you're going to probably know where you stand.
All right. This one says, how do I need to value a separate apartment on the same property? I can't find anything with 10 miles to compete with.
An apartment?
Mm-hmm.
So is this in like what? So it's in a building, but each individual unit is owned by a separate person? They're going to have to answer that question for me to even come close to answering. Yeah.
Have you ever wholesaled a mobile home?
Yeah, but it wasn't like you do with a house. It's not the same thing unless land is included. If it has to be moved, now you're basically dealing with like buying an automobile. And it's hard to wholesale an automobile because title is in hand. There's no closing required. You just need a bill of sale. Really don't even need that. You just need to sign the back of title. They sign the back of the title. It's theirs now or whatever. So that's how you can get easily cut out of a mobile home deal.
All right. He said it's a single apartment that's 950 square feet. It's a single story, built in 65, central heat and air.
It's still not answering my question.
It sounds like it's on a property with a house.
How many units are in the building? If If it's 10 units in there, are all of the units individually owned by separate people?
But he's saying it's just one. So
Well,
maybe
that's a house then. It's not an apartment.
yeah, because he said a single apartment.
Is that a house? It's not making sense. It's not being clear.
He said it's a standalone property, but on the same property, it's behind the main house. So it's a
house. The two houses.
yeah.
Okay, so
He said he called it a mother-in-law suite.
okay,
Yeah, it's a little house.
okay. Well, if there's no count for 10 miles, that means it won't be buyers for 10 miles.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple. That's not a deal. You don't have any buyers if you don't have any comp, unless those are separately parceled. It is in a neighborhood, highly populated, and that house is either that my mother-in-law and suite is a lot smaller than what the normal house is in the area, or it's a lot larger. So now you may not be able to pull any comps from. If that's the situation, that's something different. So now you need to compare to a normal sized house in the area that will pull comps, and then you just adjust based on the square footage, if I understand it. But if it's a situation where you got the main house, the mother house, loft suite, and there are no comps for either one of them for 10 miles, then you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you were trying to figure out what that was? It's just a house in the back of another house.
Yeah.
Normally it's
Or
smaller.
sometimes
It's smaller than the main house normally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they
it
call
just
it
be
a guest
upstairs.
house.
Yeah.
Sometimes they call it a guest house, but these are two separate structures. They're not connected. Probably what he's explaining.
Mm-hmm. All right. This one says, not sure if I should.
House. Say what there.
Not sure if I should introduce myself. Introduce to a seller that I'm a licensed realtor when calling about these properties. What's your advice?
Well, I don't think you have to announce that you are a realtor, but before you sign any agreement, you have to let them know that you are a licensed realtor, from my understanding.
Okay.
But just talking to them, because you're acting as an investor at that point, not a realtor. Before you get into an agreement, you have to at least identify that you're a realtor, or it has to be some verbiage there that you are a licensed realtor, but you're acting on the behalf of your own personal investments or something to that degree.
All right. Timothy Moore said you should do a boot camp. How do I go about finding title companies who close wholesale deals in my area?
Ideally what you'll do is just use the power of social media. Join my Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man. If you want to do that, text the number 205-964-5243, text the word group, and we'll get you in there. But just go in there and ask a question. What title companies, what closing attorneys are wholesaler friendly in XYZ city? And someone is going to help you. Now, ideally, again, if you don't have a seller in the contract and a buyer on the contract, meaning you have a deal in place, shouldn't be anything you should worry about, because you can do all that, find a title company, blah, 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 and get to the buyer. Oh, I don't want to use them. That's not who I have a relationship with. So that's the easy part, getting your deal closed.
All right, last one over here. They asked, what is a comp?
What is a comp? It's short for comparable sales. Whenever you're trying to figure out what a house will appraise for, an appraiser will compare other houses that have sold in that area, like houses, similar in square footage, similar in year built, if possible, a certain distance, up to a mile. They try to get as close as possible without crossing any major fairways, any major streets. They try to stay within a year of a recent sale. So it's short for comparable sales. So we just call them comps.
All right. This person, I'm assuming is new. They said, what is wholesaling real estate?
What is wholesaling real estate? Okay, first let's identify a normal real estate transaction, right? Well, let's do this. Most people have seen HGTV and A&E, those shows, Flip This House and all these different type of shows where somebody buys a house, fixes it up, and flips it. All right. So basically what we are is one of the people, okay, so the person that buys the house to buy it and fix it and flip it, they have to have a source to find great deals. One of the sources are wholesalers. And so how does the wholesaler get paid from that individual? You find the great deal. All real estate transactions start with a contract. You place it on the contract. It's called a purchase and sales agreement for real estate. So you don't own the property. You're just in position to buy the property. So what happens is the person that's on A&E, one of those type of individuals, they basically are going to pay you a fee to buy you out of the deal or to get out of the way of that deal. It's called an assignment fee. So you haven't actually spent any money to buy the house, but you got paid from that transaction of finding a great real estate deal and someone's willing to pay you handsomely to move out of the way. That's legal. So that's what wholesaling is. And that, so you can have as many of those tied up as you want in place as you want. So you can get paid 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, really no limit on 7 figures, depending on the deal. There's no limit on it. So that's why your cash or credit doesn't matter. So that's wholesaling real estate, being able to do real estate deals without using your cash or credit.
All right. Jennifer Lee said it's so funny. I was able to get a whole list of a dozen of homes scheduled to be demoed. Still, the sellers aren't budging. I'm gonna keep annoying them till
Yeah,
they
man,
get
you
something.
can have that. That's the reason people ever go into foreclosure, because people are in la land about their properties or their situations or whatever. These properties are about to be torn down by the city.
For nothing.
They're going to charge them to whatever property they also have, right? Maybe the one they're living in. They're going to put that debt attached to their name and any other real estate that they own, and they still won't sell it for cheap. I'm going to fix it. No, you're not. No. Get that raggedy car out your yard. You're not going to fix it.
This one says, is there an appropriate way to dress when you first meet sellers? That's a cool question.
Well, one of the things I love about just entrepreneurship, at least what I do, some forms of entrepreneurship, my attire wouldn't work, but I'm talking before this. But it still was this. It just might have been somebody else's stuff on. But it doesn't matter. Point. That's what I'm trying to get to. You don't want to show up like looking like a bum, whatever that is. I may be like a bum now. Let's back up. So you'll be good. Just clean. What you call it? Groomed. You should be okay. You didn't have to wear no suit. I remember the girl I was dating at the time where I had that first coach say, "You think you need to wear a suit?" I said, "Nah, I don't think so." Because the dudes that were buying the house, when they showed up to give me the earnest money and sign the contract, they were in tank tops and flip flops. I said, "Nah, I don't think so."
Especially if you want to go see the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where we'll be going.
Yeah.
Lies. I can't know if you dressed up.
These ladies love today.
We got on leggings right now.
I don't have on leggings. These are kind of dress pants.
Okay. That's what's up.
Barely.
That's what's up, King.
All right, thank you for. I don't have no more on my end.
All right, y'all.
All right, so we got 2 new keywords where you can get access to all the Comps 101 episodes and trying to figure out what the value of a property will be, ARV. So text the letters ARV, all one basically together, no spaces. ARV, not ARV emojis, ARV exclamation points, just ARV to the 205-964-5243. Also, if you're trying to access my deal calculator on dealulator.com, just text the letters DC, or like deal calculator DC, 2 words together, to the 205-964-5243. I guess we can go ahead and end TikTok since I'm getting into this other stuff. Bye, TikTok. What they do? Okay.
You know he don't know how to be the talent.
Okay, so what happened? You got me off.
Contract.
Yes, so text contract. If you're trying to get the contract, you want a partner 5050, text that. Cash buyers list, cash. You're trying to enter the contest for the $1,000 tomorrow. Text STIMMY, STIMMY. Going to give away another $1,000 live on the show at 7 p.m. tomorrow, Central. The group, you're trying to join the Facebook group, text group. You're trying to figure out who owns that vacant house, text vacant. Probate list, you're trying to do those, text the word probate. And group, the wholesaling real estate with the flip man on Facebook, text group.
CRM.
And the CRM if you need to manage your leads. So this is going to go into replay mode on all platforms. If you have questions, post them in the comment section of any YouTube video, and I answer those on a daily basis. So again, tomorrow we'll get away to $1,000. Make sure you're in. Get someone else to join you so you can add to your chances to win. Don't forget, you can get 4 extra STEMIs entries if you just text me a screenshot that you've signed up through Dealulator.com for PropStream, who is sponsoring this for the 5-day free trial. So let's get it.
If you didn't get your question answered, because I still see a few of them, of course, you can always comment wherever it's in replay mode. You can text them or you can comment on YouTube. All right, see y'all Friday. Bye.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.